I say shut up? Bet that rooster will think twice before crowing tomorrow morning. Coffee's ready, guys. Let's start the show. Good morning, my brew crew. How is everybody this morning? I hope everybody is doing well. Oh, we're here again. Monday it is. I had a glitch at the beginning and I had to restart stuff, so I missed some of the chat. So hopefully I don't miss saying good morning to everybody. And we're going to say good morning, Miss Steph. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Sherry. Good morning, Sir Wayne. Hey, Wayne. Good. You're on here listening. The music that you sent me, I can't upload it because it's not in an MP3 file or MP4. Sorry. You're going to have to resend it to me so that I can use it for the miniature program. That's what I want to use it for. So you're going to have to send it to me in that different format. Good morning, Roger. Good morning, Dave. Hello, Demon. How's it going? Let's see who else is here. I think I got Susan. Good morning, Susan. Wiz, good morning. Raven's lurking. I know. Good morning. Pomp, hello, Sir Pomp. Pomp said he was thinking about me. What were you thinking about, Pomp? And did I say good morning, Pinky? If not, good morning, good morning. And if I missed anybody, just give me a shout out. Like I said, the first chat shit the bed, so I had to reload everything. Got all screwed up. So how is everybody this morning? I hope you're all well. All I got to say is thank God we missed the snowstorm so far. Oh. Everybody else got nailed and it passed us by. I don't know if we're supposed to get anything this morning because I haven't even checked the weather yet. I'm just trying to get myself situated. Actually, according to what the weatherman says, nothing today, but it's starting snow tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Hope everybody is well. Hey, Sage. Good morning, sweetie. How are you? Okay, Kayla, I'll send it via Discord. Okay, Sir Wayne, I appreciate that. Because, yeah, I'd like to use it for the miniature show. Maybe do up another little video or something to go with it. And I tried doing it to get it ready for last night's show, and it wouldn't work. Shush your mouth, Laura. Yeah, no, we didn't get any snow. So I was like, oh, thank God. So hanging in there. Oh, good, Sage. Glad to see that you're still hanging in there. I'm trying my best as well. Yesterday was just a disaster. All kinds of stuff being thrown at me and upon all the other crap. And so I'm glad yesterday's done. Good morning, Janice. How are you? Hey, Jared. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. I feel so bad I never get a chance to catch your live show because you go on live in like 30 minutes and we're still doing the show here. So I never get to catch you, but I do rewatch. So I'm glad you could pop in and hang out with us for a little while. So is everybody up and ready to rock and roll for today? I know it's back to work, you know, that dirty word, work. Dave said, I got all the damn snow here. Oh yeah, it didn't hit us. When I took the dog out last night and I'm like, okay, nothing's going on. So maybe we're lucky. And then when I got up this morning, it was the same, nothing. So I'm like, oh yes. So it must have just passed by us. But I hear, yeah, a lot of people got nailed with it. I know Steph got some. And of course, Dave said he got dumped on. So It's a new week, new beginnings. Hopefully everything is going to be good this week. No, they canceled basically everything around it. Oh, no work today, snowed in. So yeah, you guys all get to hang out at home. So yeah, oh yeah, Jared said I go live at 10 a.m. after you. Yeah, I'm usually on for 3 hours. So I always and I catch either the very end of it or I miss it, Jared. I'm sorry. But I do check out and rewatch and give you that thumbs up. They said till 7 8 tomorrow. Oh my God. So you guys are still getting stuff. So it was supposed to be a bad one. And somebody must have turned on the dome that we have over here and it just blew right by. Steph says, "Oh, here, look at the chat up here. Here, I got my head's in my ass this morning." Pow! There's a little chat up on the screen. So it says, "Yeah, we have wicked wind, snow drifts also. Yeah, and you live on a hill, don't you? Or so it makes it even worse." And the more wide open your area is, the worse it is. Because you're gonna get those huge drifts, and it sucks. Big time sucks. Snow day. Take the snow day. Take it. Enjoy it. Okay, Pomp, I got your message. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Um, I'm glad yesterday is over. It was just a crappy Sunday, and it's a new day, new week. Let's make it a good week. Not wide open yet, Laura. Waiting for things to warm up, huh, Steph? To thaw. Oh, but the coffee's good. The coffee's good this morning. Hi, Heather. Good morning. UK 2 p.m. More rain. Boat arc almost complete. Yeah, I know. Gonna have to go around town in a boat. That's what I was worried about for this year in the spring. If we had a quick spring and a quick thaw, yeah, we were gonna get flooding. I don't know. We got our fingers crossed that we don't. You never know around here. My parents are 30 minutes away and they lost power last night and it's still, oh, wow. Hopefully they get it back on soon. Well, that's what I was wondering because when I had just a quick glitch before the show began, I'm thinking, oh no, the internet went out. What the hell? And then it popped back on it. But it's just, you think that they could get the internet to work. There's always a problem. Good morning, girly. How are you? Lurky turkey, that's okay. Lurk away and enjoy. Well, all I know, it's so cold, and if I go out there, I'm going to be able to cut grass with yeah. Oh shit, it's 28 here, so that's still warm compared to what we had a couple of weeks ago. It's coming to an end, guys. We just gotta hold on a little bit longer. And then we can bitch about how hot it is. Hopefully we don't have the high temperatures like we had last year. It sucked last year. High temps, high humidity. You couldn't even breathe when you went outside. I can't function in that kind of weather either. So hopefully at least we have a good spring. And long spring. Last year it was like, I think 2 weeks, and then it went bam, instantly to 90 plus degrees. And same with the humidity, it was 90 plus. It was just awful. So God, who knows what we're going to get hit with this year. And I would love to have like a garden and stuff this year, but if it's too damn hot, I can't go out there and screw around with that stuff. So I'm thinking I've been checking out those hydroponic gardens you can have in your house. That's kind of interesting. So I'm going to do some research on that and see how that works out. We're supposed to get some more snow Thursday and Friday from what I'm hearing. Yeah, we're supposed to get some too. So I don't know how much, but I'm just glad we're missing this big storm coming through. Usually we get slapped right with it. Girlie says I'm a wimp. It's 47 here. Well, yeah, we'll take that too. Anything over 30 is a plus. Oh, everybody's talking about it. Just and it happens every year. You get to this time of year and you're like, you're done. You get cabin fever. You want to get outside. You want some fresh air. You know what? And you're trapped in the house unless you're one of those snow freaks and you love going out and playing around and that stuff. Did I said good morning? Didn't I, Susan? I think I did. I'm thinking of making some homemade cheeseburger chowder. Oh, nice. I have no idea. What to make. And of course, every time I say, well, gee, to my husband, I think about making this. I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm like, well, what the hell do you want? You don't make it any easier on me by telling me you don't know. So you get what I make and that's it. Good morning, Mark. How are you? Enjoyed the show that you were on the other night there with Steve and Friday House the other night. Very interesting. That one guy's a little kind of a little spooky to me, but otherwise the show was good. I hope you had a good time. Heather said I made a hydro garden with a big jam jar. And how was it? Heather, because I'm wondering about, the taste of whatever you grow. Is it going to taste the same? Are you going to miss anything because it's not grown in dirt? Just curious. And I figured I could make up my own type of a deal because, have you seen the prices of the big ones? They're holy crap. But they have like countertop ones too. Or, you can put it in a window. I don't know. It's just something I'm kicking around. Shattered after the show 4 a.m. Yeah, I know it was late for you. So I'm surprised you lasted as long as you did. That's why every time when I have a guest on Wednesday nights and it's somebody from like the UK or Australia or, from the other side of the globe, I try to adjust the time for them because I know if it was me, I wouldn't want to be up at 4 a.m. talking about, this stuff or the paranormal stuff or any stuff. 4 a.m., man, I'm out for the count. Yeah, take the snow day. Take it and enjoy it. That sounds good, Steph. What you're going to make? We'll just go to Steph's house and eat. Save us the trouble of trying to figure out what to make. I know that's cheating, but, hey. I love cooking, but I'd rather have somebody else do it. Excuse me. Laura Dear, send it to your Discord. Should be able to download it from there. Thank you, Sir Wayne. I appreciate it. Yeah, because I was thinking, let me work on a little video to go with it. New for the miniature show, which was kind of rough last night. I don't know, but I know because Crow went live, then Florio, and I'm thinking, oh, okay. Nobody's gonna want to come and sit and watch me put together a little house. But I appreciated everybody that did show up and hung out with me. But yeah, I wanted to make up a new thing with the song that Wayne made for me. Wayne spoils me. He's such a good sugar daddy. I only grew moss. Oh, excuse me. My goodness, where the hell I come from? I only grew moss and stuff, get overgrown quick, and it was hard to cure water, even though it was supposed to take care of itself. Oh, so yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research, huh? And see how it works, how to take care of it. Good morning, Miss Carla. Did Carla get a snow day too? Or does Carla got to go to work? Oh, and I think I said good morning, Roger, but if not, good morning. I forgot who I said it to and who I didn't say it to. I'm shocked, guys. Brain fried. I went through some of your miniature video this morning. Oh, thank you, Wayne. Yeah, I'm working on some of it now so that I can get ahead of the game for the next show. It's cute. It's some of it's a little rough because I said you got to decode like the instructions sometimes. So have a great day today. Lots of love. No snow here. Oh, Carla didn't get no snow either, so she's got to go to work. Carla's been a busy bee. Let's see. Mark says just a heads up as well. There's a person on YouTube that uses many accounts going about doxing people. You have had a run-in with them, I think, as well in the past. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. I have that person completely and totally blocked from everything that I have online because that person just needs to be checked in and get some help. I just don't understand what they get from just annoying people. Wayne, you can make up a song called Mini Madness. Yeah, that's what Steph calls it. The madness. The madness. We'll get Steph to get one sooner or later. She's gonna have to try it. And then we'll have to hear about her experience. Either she's gonna get hooked or she's gonna smash it with a hammer and throw it out the window. Either way will be very interesting content. Yeah, there's been a lot of blocking and timing out the last couple of days because everybody's gone insane. So I did a little house cleaning yesterday. Hopefully, it'll only be for a little while and then everything will get back to normal. Good morning, Rob. How are you? Oh, and I'm still going through that stupid subbot crap. They finally brought the numbers back down to normal again. Who knows if they'll go back up? I know. I was told, I've talked to somebody who's experienced this kind of thing, that it'll do it a couple of times, a couple of days, and it takes YouTube time to clean it all out. And so hopefully it's done. I'm back down to normal numbers because now I don't even know what's real and what's not anymore because it's been up and down so much. Bring back the asylums actually better. Oh, it jumped on me while I was reading it. Better not. I'd be in there rocking back and forth trying to understand the paranormal. Yeah, Mark, I know. I think we all have padded room. It's in the stars. I see sheet coming. Oh, no sheet. No stuff. I think I've had my fair share of sheet. Excuse me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, with the subbot thing, I don't know if somebody just did it to try to be helpful, or they did it to impress somebody else, or I don't know, to be an asshole. I don't know, but it doesn't help anybody when you do stuff like that. And it, makes red flags pop up. And thank God that, I'm not known for any kind of, fraudulent garbage on any of my streams. So it pretty much, saves my butt because I mean, you can lose your channel over stuff like that. And people who buy the subs and spread them out to people, I don't think either they don't realize it or they do know it and they want to do that so they could try to shut you down. I don't know what the intention was. I've just got a list of stuff that went through my head, and I'm just glad that YouTube takes care of it, and they know who did it, and they're being monitored. So all I got to say is they need to stop. Because you're not helping anybody out. And in the long run, they're the ones paying the money for it. So, come on, give me a break. Basically, any paid for views and subs outside of Google or Facebook ads is all fake and won't help at all. Yeah, I know. And like I'm saying, I don't know if they try to, because everybody knows I want to hit that 1,000 mark. That's my goal. But, them doing what they did doesn't help me. It would hurt what I'm trying to do. So, thank you, but no thank you. I want to earn the subs the way you're supposed to earn them. And, it's a sense of an accomplishment. And you take that away when you're cheating. I mean, that's just how I look at it. Some people don't care. It's just like, when, a lot of people strive to get the little, the YouTube plaque, which I probably will never get because I think you have to have like 10,000 or 100,000 subs to get the plaque. I don't know. And I said, you could buy those on Amazon. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So anybody can go buy one of those and then just hang it on the wall and say, hey, look what I did. And I was thinking about getting one and having some kind of smart ass remark, inscribed on it. Like, hey, look, I got a plaque for doing absolutely nothing, or, So Pinky, how's the hubby doing today, Pinky? Is he doing okay? How are you doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I know going through that kind of stuff is very, very exhausting. Hello, Cynthia. Can't stay. Grandpa is resting peacefully for now. Doc says it's only a week or two now. He isn't eating any. Oh, so sorry, sweetie. But thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. And thank you, for membership for 3 months. I really, really appreciate it. And it just doesn't seem appropriate to do the yeehaw for you, seeing that Grandpa is not well, but thank God he's resting peacefully. All our prayers go with you. All right, what did I miss, Steph? You said Susan, of course. It's like a herd of bumbles are up in the clouds, farting snow like wicked, gassy buildup for the wind. Oh, jeez. Is that your winter experience, Steph? Clouds farting snowflakes. Well, if you've got as much snow as you did, this is not farting. They took a dump on you. It's Miss Leanne in here. It's not showing up. This is what ticks me off. Sometimes on this stream, I don't know. People pop in or make a comment, and I don't even see them. It's okay. You could do it. Oh, okay. You've got it, Cynthia. You've got it. There you go. I hope they brought a smile to your face. I'm sure it probably blew out everybody's eardrums. Good morning, y'all. And there's Miss Cree, insomnia for months, and now I'm on the opposite. Can't stay awake more than an hour or two. Oh, girl, yeah, your body is so out of whack. Wow. And I'm trying to see. I didn't see she's not showing up on here, Leanne. I'm gonna have to do split screen so I could see the other comments. I'm gonna have to bail to need sleep. Okay, Pomp, go get your rest. Get that rest. Let me see what's going on here. I have to bail to need sleep. Okay. I got on my phone so I could see who the hell I'm missing in the chat because I don't like to miss anybody. Such a pain in the ass sometimes. I don't understand why they don't all show up here. It doesn't make any sense to me. And Laura hits the gong. That was this. My phone got hooked on the spring from the mic arm. You heard that? Boing. I could use that as a sound effect now that you think about it, right? Yeah. Excuse me. Steph says, I let my dog out and she turned and looked at me. Seriously, biatch? You're not even going to try to shovel me a potty path? You're on your own, dog. Not my dog. She leaps from the top step and just dives right in. She's insane. Oh, and then I was thinking about you this morning, Steph, where I found, actually, you know how Facebook brings up memories? They brought up a video that I had taken of our cat Buddy, you know, the picture that I sent you. So I reposted it so you guys could see the video of Buddy playing with his paper towel cardboard roll. The cat was nuts. Yeah, I know, my own Gong Show. I used to love the Gong Show. It was the dumbest thing on TV, but it was funny. What was that one? The Unknown Comic. Remember the guy with the paper bag on his head? And then Gene the Dancing Machine. I loved that. That was so funny. Yes, thank you, mods, for posting everybody's links. I appreciate that. If you guys aren't subbed to any of these channels, please go check them out. Everybody's working hard to get their stuff out there and so everybody can enjoy it. Posh Paws, Annie, my dog, won't even go out if it's raining. My dog will go, she'll stand in the rain. There's times where it's pouring out, she's standing there and she's blinking and she's looking at me. I go, well, come in the house. And then she just stands there. And of course, then she's soaking wet. And then she starts to rub the wet off on the walls and the cupboards. And I'm thinking, oh God. So I have to hold her at the door to rub her down with the towel. Because otherwise I have a mess. German Shepherds, they're insane. I love her to death, but I think she's got some screws loose. She just does some really weird stuff. She'll be just like laying on her bed or whatever or somewhere, and then you hear just like kind of like bitching. She's bitching like under her breath. Last night she had the hiccups in her sleep. It was hilarious. Laura, did you get any? We didn't get any new snow. No new snow. But we're gonna be snow free today and tomorrow, and then it's going to start the next day, I guess. So we're going to suck it up while we can. Good morning there, my sugar baby. How are you, Ryan? Dogs are funny creatures. Yeah, my dog's nuts. She's crazy. She hops around like she's a kangaroo or actually I call her Rabbit, the rabbit dog. It's just weirdo. You had a chance to send me song ideas over the weekend in my post. Which Laura's idea was the best one in my opinion? I made you think, didn't I, Wayne? Because I sat there for a little bit. Wayne wants a challenge, and then when I sent that out, I figured, there you go. Let's see what he could do with that. You did a good job. How is Ryan doing this morning? How is the missus and the kids? Hope everybody's good. How is Sean and Sandra doing today? I hear you guys are wet and soggy over on that side of the pond. Gonna have to start putting the chest waders on just to go get your mail, right? Yeah, Heather says at this point might be a pleasant change from rain. That's a lot of rain. Yeah, Steph, he put the challenge out. He wanted everybody to give him ideas about making songs, and he wanted them to be challenging. So go check out the post. Put some challenging ideas in there. Let's get Wayne working. My sugar grandson. The whole sugar family's here in the chat. She'll check it out, Wayne, and she'll give it. Steph will come up with something good. Might be a little saucy. Hoo-hoo. Not bad, Laura. Been at the vets with my dog today as she isn't well. Oh, but she is in meds now. So hopefully, I'm sure you meant on meds now. So she hopefully will be back in a few weeks. I'll be okay in a few weeks. Well, I hope so. I know they get into stuff and then they don't feel good. And I just realized my cat, the other cat that we have, Emmy Lou, she's 11 years old. I was like, oh shit. I never even noticed or realized that she was that old. I don't keep track of that stuff. So let's see. Roger, yes, I think with Keith chewing and Noel demanding, I witnessed at his wedding, dropped an entire magnum of champagne. Ooh. Not good. I know I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube from England, and it's always just where these people go, it's muddy and wet all the time. I'm thinking, oh my God. And cold. Everybody's bundled up like they're freezing to death. And of course, it's just like any other place. It depends on where you're located, I guess, on how much rain you're going to get. I'm sure some areas get more rain than others, but I can't stand it when I don't have any sunshine. My internet has been playing up this. Mine was playing up a bit too, Pinky. And it's the internet. They need to get their shit together. For money that we pay, you think the service would be more stable. Maybe we like the mud. Yeah, just mucking around. Perfect for mud wrestling, mud pies, mud slinging. I was watching these. Oh God, I can't remember the name of the couple because they're not doing it anymore. But they were living on a boat, a long boat, and they were going up through the canals in the UK, and I forget exactly where they were from, but um, it's just always wet, always rainy, always cold. And then it was like, a beautiful spring day, and finally the sun would come out. They would sit out on the top of the boat and sun themselves, suck it up while they can. It's been horrid in the UK. Noah would be building more arcs in the amount of rain. Yeah, my God. You guys are gonna have to put on scuba gear pretty soon. Steph, I believe it was. Where was the challenge, Wayne? I believe it was on his face. Was it on Facebook? Posted in Facebook? I forgot. Yeah, you're gonna have to. I forgot exactly where it was, Wayne. Put it out there. Where is it on your? I don't think it was on his channel. It might have been in the post. I don't know. Let everybody know, Wayne, so they know where to find it, so that everybody can challenge your musical genius. Can you see me, Ryan? I did say hey. He might have missed it. We can see you. Oh yeah, he said yes, I can. UK weather can't make its mind up. 1 minute it's sunny, then the next minute it's raining. Yeah, it's ugh. Well, I mean, isn't it just that time of year though, guys? You go through this, this time of the year. I mean, I know you guys don't get a lot of snow. We can, send you some snow. Hope maybe dry up some of the rain and the mud. And Susan says I can gladly share snow. Susan, you got to keep the snow. We're still waiting for Susan to throw herself into the snowbank and make snow ravens. Chris says, I think he said the post of his channel. Probably problem is I always forget to even look at the post on the channels. So yeah, it might be. Oh, there he is. So yeah, you got to put it out there where you've got it posted, Wayne, so people can find it. Okay, Pinky, it's on YouTube. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly where I found it, but I seen it. They actually, as soon as he posted it, I go, okay, we're gonna give him a challenge. You did a good job. I was worried with snow. My worry with snow is I got into a location, let's say underground, middle of nowhere, come out and it snowed and stuck there. Oh God, no, you don't want that to happen. I know Mark gets himself into all these situations. That's what makes it fun to watch, though. But we don't want you to get stuck out there. So always go prepared. Good morning, V team. How are you? Oh, you have an awesome day too. Hopefully everybody go. A lot of people are getting a snow day today, so that would be awesome for me. Not having to get dressed and go into work and go out in that crappy weather. Susan's at work, right, Susan? Or did you get a snow day today too? I think it sucks is Susan goes to work really early, so it's like really cold. I give you credit because I'd be like, I don't think so. I used to bitch when I had to be at work at 6. Never mind as early as Susan goes in. I'm still sleeping then. Of course, it was rough when years and years ago, when I was younger, I worked the night shift. And when I worked for Xerox, and I'm thinking, oh, no freaking way. You miss everything when you work the night shift. Oh, Susan's working from home. You go, girl. There you go. I'd take that over going out in that kind of weather. Well, obviously, all you guys that got hit pretty hard, you probably got that option, to work from home, seeing that they don't want nobody out. So you get to sit in your jammies. I've properly fixed the darn internet now. Good for you. I do too, but my commute consists of the bedroom, bathroom, coffee maker, office. It's grueling. Sage, I know. I don't know how I can take it. It is so rough. I'm currently in a cafe eating an enormous full English breakfast. You just rub that in, Ryan. Because I was just thinking to myself, I'm getting hungry. And he's there eating a huge English breakfast. Well, I made French toast yesterday. Does that count? French toast and sausage. That's what we had for breakfast yesterday. Today, well, I won't. Well, I don't even bother eating breakfast after I get off of here because it's almost lunchtime. So I just eat lunch. Roger says a bit late for breakfast. He's probably like my husband. My husband will eat breakfast any time of the day. It's his favorite meal. He doesn't care. Pinky says, "Yeah, working from home is great. Yeah, it is." And a lot of companies now give you that option, which I think is great. Well, because it saves them on insurance. That's why they're okay with it. I tried finding something to work from home, but I can't sit for very long, and so I can't sit in front of a computer for 6, 7 hours, 8 hours. I can't do it. I miss out on stuff in the internet. I can't spend my time scrolling on it all the time. My real life is kind of chaotic and fun, so I can't wait to hear the new stuff, though. Yeah, I know. I spend too much time sitting in front of this stupid screen. Well, that's because I'm trying to finish up the magazine, get that done and ready for next week, and so I've got to get all that finished, and it's research and that, and then of course doing all the shows. And I told my husband, I said, all I do is just stare at the screen. And then when I get up, I try to walk. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I'm nursing a cup of coffee. It's not even 7 a.m. here yet. Oh, it's early. Well, yeah, it's 9:45 here. Just turn the heat on. Oh, got to get that chill off. Yeah, we've got our furnace turned down really low now, so it's because it's warming up. So yeah, if we get a little chilly, I just turn on. And we have ceramic heaters that we turn on in separate rooms. I'm not gonna crank up the heat if I don't have to. Oil prices are too expensive, so you've got to milk it the best that you can. I call my channel volunteer work at the moment. Yeah. Oh, gotta do what you gotta do. Susan, don't overwhelm yourself, Laura. Susan, yeah, it just happens anyway. There's so many things that I've got to get done and accomplished. And then when you got, the other crap that kind of trickles in. Yesterday I was really just done. I was like, oh, yeah. Good morning, Sandra Pink. How are you? And it's funny because then I drew some oracle cards on myself, and it was just pretty much telling me that I need to just set everybody straight and do what I got to do, for, keep myself going. So yeah, such a snow. Yeah, everybody got snow. Everybody's enjoying a day at home. Ready for another action-packed, exciting thrill ride of the day. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. You're thinking it might be calm and quiet and relaxing, and nope. Oh, you're getting hit pretty bad, huh, Susan? I can't keep up with all the channels. I try listening when I can, but it's hard, especially if you work or you're out doing stuff. Yeah, you can't stuff. I can't catch it all either. I do my best to rewatch. Um, and of course, I do that both because I enjoy the channels, but also because I have a section in the magazine where it's channel pick of the month. Well, I've got to watch the shows so I know what to recommend. So I got to watch it. So I just squeeze it in. My phone is on all the time on YouTube, and I've got shows playing while I'm working and try to do the best that you can to keep caught up. Let's see. Yeah, Pinky, I'm also managing a YouTube channel for Ghost Hunt company I do media for as well now. Yeah, see, it's never ending. It really is never ending. Heather, oversized jumper on. Who doesn't love a big jumper they can pull over their knees? Yeah, isn't it like the best? Excuse me. Well, if last week was any indication, it was a nut house. Yeah, Jesus, I'm telling you. And there's no, you can't, you just can't get away from some things. It just, I don't know. I attract crap, I guess. I don't know. So I got to draw the line somewhere and say, listen, I've got my own shit to worry about. And, I don't mind helping. I love helping, when I can. And when I feel that, it's a worthy cause. But that's the thing, like with the drama shit. No, I'm not helping with any of that. I don't need to be driven insane. It's so hard to replay. I try as I'm winding down, but I fall asleep because I need to. Same with me. But the problem is, there's a few of them. I always use Jimmy as an example. Some of these guys, their voices. I'll be laying there and I'm watching, and they lull me into. I pass out. I totally pass out. So I could be in the middle of chat with somebody, just fall asleep. I've almost done it a couple times talking to Steph. We'll be talking. Steph, I can let you go, man. I can't even keep my eyes open. And I want to be talking, and all of a sudden it's quiet, and you're being wondering what the hell happened to her. She's gone, guys. She's just gone. And see, that's the downfall, because you lay in bed, and you're like, okay, I'll just lay here, get all comfortable, and watch the program. No, out like a light. But I've been just as guilty as sitting here in front of the computer, because sometimes I get up at 4. I'm like, well, God, I'm kind of wide awake. So I'll start working on stuff. And the next thing you know, I catch myself almost smashing my face on the desk, falling asleep. So I was like, okay, let's go back to bed. Crow can make me sleep with his voice. Yeah, Pinky. Yeah. There's just some guys on here, their voice is just, you're done. They have that soothing, calming voice, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you just pass right out. That's me with Nick. I know, I can't watch Nick at all. That's terrible. Just done. Well, he's on late, but yeah. And I try to watch Nick, and he's got a great program. He's a great, great kid, and it just out. But I think that's the intention of his show, you know what I mean? That he wants everybody to get comfortable. He wants you to get, into the story he's telling, but it just puts you right out. Oh my God, wet dog smell on top of wet dog farts. She's trying to take me out. She's saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna fix you for making me go outside." That's funny. And usually that's when they want to jump all over you, is when they're wet. And you're like, "Ew, get off. You stink of wet dog." Stinky doggy. They don't know. So that's why I always try to have like a towel. I keep just the dog towel by the door. And I say, "Hey, come here, let me wipe you off and get rid of some of that anyway." Because otherwise she'll go running right for my bed and jump in my bed. Yeah, I want wet dog smell all over my sheets and blankets. Ugh. Heather says, I think Dave from Paranormal Quest should do storybooks for bedtime. Yeah, some people just they just put you right to sleep. And that's great. And I enjoyed listening to people, tell the stories. I had fun doing it when I did it this last Halloween. I was telling the haunted stories, spooky stories during the show, and everybody seemed to enjoy them. It was fun to look those up and to read them off. My first dog passed away when we got back from the vet and into my house. The entire house smelled like wet dog. Yeah, it's just that smell lingers. I share my bed with my dog. We both smell like dog. My doggy's not allowed to sleep with us. And then I found out, actually, from an article that I read, that this woman was continuously, after her husband passed, she let the dog sleep with her because she says, it was just very comforting. And, but then after that, she started feeling sick all the time, face swollen, and they figured, okay, some kind of allergy. And she went through all this testing, couldn't figure out anything. And it just wouldn't go away. So finally, she met up with this one doctor, and your doctor says, what kind of sheets do you have? And the lady's like, what the hell does that? What do you mean, what kind of sheets do I have? And she says, well, cotton sheets. And he says, where's your dog sleep? She goes, well, he sleeps in bed with me. He goes, well, your problem is that cotton sheets, because of the way they're woven, they hold all bacteria and like dog dander and stuff like that, and molds. He says, and even though that you've washed them, they're still, those germs and stuff are still locked in between the weave. He says, so it don't make a difference how much you wash them, you're not getting rid of it. And that's what's causing this allergic reaction. He says, throw the sheets out and get new ones and keep the dog off the bed. Well, she did what he said, and she went back to normal and she was fine. So I'm thinking, well, I'll be damned. Who would have thought that? I mean, I don't usually let the dog, she don't lay on the sheets. If she does get up on the bed, she usually does it when daddy goes to work. And mommy's here on the show. Athena will go up and hop in our bed, but she lays on the blankets. So, I mean, those are easier, than have to worry about sheet issues. But I just thought that was really interesting that he said that the sheets retain all of the bacteria in between the weave. Because that's all I use is cotton. I don't like the cotton blends. I don't like the satines. I don't satin sheets. Forget it. It's bad enough I get booted out of the bed because my husband gets too close, and I end up falling out. I could make satin and slide right onto the floor. But it's always a very high thread count, because I'm telling you, the higher the thread count, the better the sheets. It's like sleeping in butter. It's just beautiful. I had that argument with my husband years and years ago. Why do we got to spend so much money on sheets? I said, I'll prove it to you. And at that time, my mother still was the head housekeeper at a hotel. And she gave me a set of sheets that they had from the hotel, which were, cheap. They're cheap sheets. I said, okay, I'm going to put these on the bed and then you'll sleep on them. And then I'll switch them to the sheets that I buy. And you let me know the difference. So that's what we did. And then I switched to the high thread count, 1,000 plus count cotton sheets, put those on the bed. He got in, he goes, oh my God. I go, yeah, see? There is a difference. Truth, Laura, I learned a lot from infectious disease doctors because of issues with my daughter. Certain materials hold bacteria and germs longer than others. I have sheets with all the materials. Yeah. And who would have thought? Because you figure when you wash them, and especially if they're white, you put, a little bit of bleach in there, to sterilize, and they're done in hot water. And so you figured it would get rid of the germs because, we're leaving germs, skin cells and sweat and, sheets get funky. So you figure, they're clean when you wash them. No, not as clean as you think. And I've learned that actually through, when they've done studies on hotel sheets, never sleep on the sheets. Or if we go anywhere like vacationing somewhere, I always bring my own bedding. It's just because you don't know what's on the sheets. And you don't want to know. Oh, that's good to know, Steph. Yeah, that you have paperwork on how to decolonize the bacteria and germs. Yeah, because your daughter's got so many problems. So you've got to be careful. Oh, do you? You travel with a black light? Yeah, I don't even, if we travel anywhere and we stay somewhere that I don't know, like the people, with friends, I don't bring my own bedding. But only when I go to my friend's lake house because they will give me bedding. But I said, you got enough laundry to do. So I bring my own stuff when I go up and stay with her. But like hotels and stuff, no, never. Always. I leave the bedspreads on the beds, and then I bring my own linens and blankets. I bring my own pillows. And I know a lot of people think, well, that's nuts. Why bother? Because I don't want to sleep in somebody else's funk. This is the bottom line. I mean, you could stay if you have lived with it for years, then you'd be fine as you're probably immune to it. Yes, because that lady, like I said, that story, she had just started letting the dog sleep with her for comfort. And, she said it was definitely having another warm body in bed next to her since the loss of her husband, which I understand. A lot of people do that. But, who knew that all of that got trapped in the sheets? And that even though you're washing them, you're just doing regular laundry. And it wasn't getting rid of what was in between, the weave of the sheet. And it was causing her an allergic reaction. It's funny how the simplest thing can cause so much discomfort. And I'm sure it was rough on her and the dog because the dog got used to sleeping with her. But, for her health, she had to keep the dog off the bed. Hey, Andy, how's it going? Good morning to you. Life is like a fitted sheet. There's just no good way to fold it. Oh, yeah. Why bother folding it? It's a pain in the ass. Just kind of make it look like you folded it. And I have tried all the tricks and all of that. They say, oh, you do it this way, you do it that. Martha Stewart, you do it this way. I've tried it. It doesn't come out good. So I just do the best I can, fold it in half and put it in the cupboard. Yes, sir. You got a gifted membership. And a thingy to check for hidden cameras. One of my girlfriend's daughters was being filmed secretly by a pervy landlord. You get out. Get out. Isn't that sick? That is so sick. We had neighbors that had a fight with the landlord one time. They were old people that owned the house, but they thought that they had the right to go into the apartment whenever they wanted to. And it was a young woman that was a nurse that lived there, and when she would go to work, they would show up, take care of the yard and the bushes and all of that, and they would go in her apartment and snoop around. Well, they got busted, and boy, did she have a big fight with them. Oh, well, we have the right. She goes, no, you don't. If there's no flooding or fire, you have no right to come to this apartment. She threatened them with the law, and she ended up moving because they thought they had the right to go in there whenever they felt like it. It's amazing what renters don't know. You have a lot of rights. You pay the monthly rent. That is your place for 30 days. So if the landlord goes in without your permission, or if it's not an emergency, that's trespassing. I mean, that's the way it is here. And you could press charges. He was filming her in the bathroom and in her bedroom. It was, sick. It's sick. Unbelievable. They found it on accident. Well, thank God they found it. And I hope they sued him, because I know I would have after I would have beat the crap out of him. That's sick. Hey, yeah, you think you're safe in your own home, and you got some pervert old landlord filming you while you're in the bathroom and in your bedroom. Ugh. Yes, yeah, sounds like Norman Bates. Ugh. Unbelievable. And yeah, where the hell did he have it hid? Thank God they found it. I know I would have smashed that up with a baseball bat, and then I would have went to his house with that baseball bat. That's just so wrong. An invasion of your personal space. Oof. Sickos. Oh, the cops and everything were involved. Good. Hope he got arrested. It's kind of like, when I made the joke to you when you said you were going to get in the hot tub and I told you to flip off your neighbor because he's always got his nose over in your yard. I mean, come on. You don't have anything else better to do than to watch your neighbors in the hot tub? We have friends that live out in the middle pretty much of the woods. It's on a seasonal road. And, her husband, he purposely bought the whole one side of that road from corner to corner so that nobody would be around them because they wanted the privacy. And, their house is in the middle of the woods, and she's got a hot tub and stuff out in her yard. Well, they always go out there naked. And I always break her balls is someday you're going to have like a helicopter flying by. They're going to see them, they're naked. They're going to land in your yard and say, hey, ma'am, we thought you were in distress, so we're here to save you. And then I'll also tease them and say, hey, we're on our way up. Get your naked ass out of the tub. Put some britches on because we're coming over. I mean, it's pretty cool that you're able to do that, be that free in your own space and not have to worry about anybody, invading that privacy. But here you're renting an apartment, you trust, and then you got some sicko that's filming you while you're in your bathroom. Or somebody's watching you and you're in your pool or your hot tub in your yard or you're sunbathing. What's wrong with you? It's just like Steph and I were having a similar conversation about like stuff like this last night. And what people do on the internet, what you do is your business. But when you put it out on the internet, it's then it turns into the public's business because they hear about it or they see it. Call me old fashioned, but people have more respect for yourselves. Uh, well, the first thing was an event. Oh, the first one was an event and had a wire. The second one wasn't detected because it was wireless. So, of course, they were looking for wires and didn't see any. But on the smoke detector, I'll be damned, that's smart. It's unbelievable. I've seen things where they have actually you're talking about stuff like that where they had a like night lights for bathrooms and stuff like that, and like plugins, and they actually have little cameras in them. So here you're thinking, oh, landlord left the night light behind for the bathroom or whatever. Oh, I'm going to use it. Well, no, and it's got a camera on it. And of course, they make cameras so small nowadays, you can put them anywhere. So you never know. Just like I always said, that if I ever had to put my mom, we get to the point where the dementia was so bad and I had to put her in a nursing home, I was going to put cameras in the room. And I was told, well, you can't do that. Oh, yes, I can. If we're paying for her to have care there, we're paying for that space in that room. And I know that patients, and dementia patients and Alzheimer patients, or any patient that has any kind of mental disability, are abused by people that work in those facilities. They're either physically, mentally abused, or they get robbed. When my mother-in-law was in a nursing home before she passed, somebody on the night shift robbed her twice. I'm like, are you kidding me? This woman's barely got anything as it is. And, and they steal dollar out of your change purse. And of course, we had no proof because there was no cameras in there to catch who was doing it. You're going to steal $1 from an old woman? Come on. And so the week begins. We have a manager that has both desktop, PC, laptop, and he can't get signed on to either one. Oh, no. There we go. It's Monday. Hello, Miss Betty. I'm glad I'm not renting anymore. Yeah, you can't trust any. And then they have the nerve to say, well, you got to sign a lease, and then you have to have a deposit, and you can't have pets, and you can't do this or do that. But they've got the right to put cameras in there to watch what you're doing, or just show up at your apartment whenever they feel like it. No, they can't do that. Don't get me wrong. The times that we're living in now are amazing because of the electronics that we have. They have a good use, but they also can be used to abuse. And unfortunately, they're used more for the abuse part than anything else. Even like with the people using like Alexa and all of those kinds of gadgets, I won't have Alexa in my house. Because I got one for free. And I'm like, no, I ain't hooking this up. Because then it's, you're being monitored. It's being for cell phones, you could be monitored through your cell phones. Now, you're going to have an Alexa. I don't know. I just get creeped out by it. So, yeah, I won't have one of those in the house. He says, I used to help out in a charity ship, and the amount of people stealing was unbelievable from a charity shop. Yeah. That tells you the greed. It's just ugly, ugly people. You should automatically assume that you're being recorded wherever you go now. Yeah, exactly. Because there's cameras everywhere. We have them on the street poles here. So, you walking outside, to your car, in a parking lot or, the corner of your street, there's cameras there. Every store, you are being filmed. Yeah, people are just nasty. You're stealing from a charity place. Now we have a lot of collection boxes around the area that I live in. So it like people can, instead of going directly to like the thrift shops or the charity places, they have these big, huge. They look like giant dumpsters, but they're designed differently, where with chutes, so that if you could bag up clothes that you don't use anymore or stuff like that. You fill these boxes, and then the charity place picks it up, and then they sort it out. And usually it's like the Boy Scouts run them and stuff like that. And we've had where people have crawled inside of them to steal the stuff out of them. Just go to the charity place and get it. Why do that? And then make a mess. Or they put their garbage in there. Nice, huh? People have clean clothes all bagged up for charity in these boxes, and people throw in their garbage. People are just such jerks. Yeah, you're right, Mark. Big Brother is always watching. And it's just going to get worse and worse, especially when you let automated systems control your home. I mean, they say, you can be monitored through your own television sets, of course, always the cell phones. And then you've got the Alexas, and then now you've got the AI programs and always listening. I did have a relative that had the Alexa hooked up to everything in their house. And I'm thinking, well, do you really think that's safe? Oh, no, it ain't a problem. Oh, Alexa, turn on the lights. Alexa, do this. You're that lazy you can't turn on your own damn light? Hey, Alexa, wipe my ass. I mean, come on. I'm thinking there won't be trash collection today. I don't think so. They probably won't be able to find it, Steph, because by the time they get to it, it'll be covered in snow. Doesn't England have a shit ton of cameras everywhere, Wayne? And it's getting to be that way here, Pinky. No matter where you go, there's a camera. And it has a good side to it, because when people are being attacked in a parking lot or a store or something, so then, they have proof, and then help can be, called, and they could get help. But then it's also an invasion of your privacy. There is no privacy. Think about the Get Bits tracking you on Apple Watch. Yeah, I don't have one of those. Because, you could be tracked by that. Well, you're tracked on your phone. My son, his girlfriend has that app on her phone, so she knows where family members always are. And they did that, mostly for the younger kids who were driving. And if something happened, they know where to locate them. So that's great. But, it's also used for spying. And I've caught people stealing red-handed. I dragged one person from outside chemist and pinned him behind the back of the counter until the police turned up. Well, good for you. Yeah, speed cameras are the worst. Oh, yeah, we've got those. And see, we have a roadway here. It's called, it's the New York State Thruway. And it used to be where they used to have booths where you would pay the tolls. Well, they removed all those booths. All those people lost their jobs because now they put up cameras. And now they have a thing that's called Easy Pass. You pay this, you get it from the state, and you pay a yearly fee to use the Easy Pass for this roadway. And if you don't have the pass, because you don't use the thruway all the time, because we don't use it, but then when you use the road, the cameras take the pictures of your license plate, your vehicle, and then you get a bill in the mail. So yeah, you don't get away with shit. Yep, Apple Watch, Fitbit have your health stats now. Yeah, exactly. I'm flying out. Take care, everyone. Have an awesome day, and I will see you around the broom somewhere. You be careful out there flying around. Bad weather. Have a good day, Sandra. They're putting up microphones too. Yep, they are. So there is no privacy, none. And like I said, it's like the double-edged sword. It's good on one hand because you're protected, but then on the other hand, like I said, this girl, Steph said, they girl found him in her apartment. So you've got the degenerates using it for perverted reasons. Yes, make sure you got your cloak on wrapped around tightly. It's cold up on that broom up in this kind of weather. My broom's parked until spring. Actually, I'm still trying to figure out where I want to hang it up in the studio. Get it up out of the way. Our church has a thrift store. There is a drop box for drop offs. People climb into them. Yeah, I was just saying that, Janice. We have the same thing here, where they climb in and they take the stuff, or they'll throw their garbage in it, or they just rip all the bags open, make a huge mess, throw it all over the ground. It's because one of the rules is when you have the drop boxes here, the clothing and items have to be washed or cleaned before you put them in. Well, here people do this, have it bagged up, it's nice and neat, and then some idiot crawls in there, rips the bags open, and throws the stuff all over the ground. So then the people that collect it have to clean the mess up. And then all that stuff has to be rewashed to be put into the thrift store. The sun is up, and I get another day. Yeehaw! All right, Sage. Suck up that sunshine. See, I don't even have to. Most of the time, I don't use the drop boxes. I bring it directly to the thrift store or the charity and say, here it is. And they take it. And then, it's, at least I know it gets there. It's still clean. And then they just put it out so that people can come through and get what they need and buy or whatever. There's one place that we donate to all the time because they put a low income teenagers through college. So the money that they collect from the sales in the thrift store, that goes towards college educations. It's through one of the local churches, and I thought that was an awesome idea. Gives the kids a chance to go to college that they wouldn't have otherwise. So actually, yeah, when my mother-in-law passed away and we had to go through all of her things, my mother-in-law had a ton of clothes. She loved clothes. So, we cleaned all of the stuff, folded it all up, bagged it up, and dropped it off. So at least it went to somebody that could use it, and the money goes towards college education, which is just really awesome. I love it when people do that. It is great because there's so many in need. We have a lot of homeless people here. Never used to be that way. And the older I get, the more I see we have a lot of homeless people. And of course, this time of year, you worry about them because, like, where the hell are these people surviving in these cold temperatures? A lot of them live under bridges. We've got a road over here towards it's called the Barge Canal. And it's usually it's a picnic area, usually, but they've made like a little mini homeless village there. They have tents and stuff. But even though, I mean, it gets below zero, I still don't know how they do it. But they manage. That is awesome for them to do that for the kids' educations. Yeah, it is, Pinky. It is great. That's why I always give to them because it's going for a good cause. We got a lot of people in the area. Most cities and towns and all that have, a lot of poverty income families who would never stand a chance of going to college. And then the cycle continues because then they turn to, drugs, alcohol, crime. So this is a chance for these kids to go to school, to live their dream and to become something besides living off the system. So I just think it's awesome. It'd be nice if a lot more, I'm sure there is probably more that do it, but this is the one place that I know that they actually do it. Good morning, graduate. How are you? Same thing with like the soup kitchens and all of that stuff. There's a lot more people in need. A lot more people in need than there ever has been. And even if you only just have a little bit, because I'm always used to always donating, and seeing that we've been going through a rough patch here lately, I don't have anything to donate, but I always try my best. Because even though that, you might have just a little, there's somebody that has less than a little. So we just do the best. Of course, then there's a lot of them that just stand out on the corner because they don't want a job. They just want free money. We usually have those people pegged. Especially when you see them, when they're done, they're, panhandling, and then they walk over to a car that's better than what you drive. I mean, come on. I seen a lot of that when my husband worked for the county. A lot of people go for assistance, and I'd be sitting out there waiting to pick up my husband at the end of the day, and you'd see people showing up to go collect welfare. They would drop the women and the kids off so they could go up and, and apply for assistance. And they're driving a Cadillac or a Jaguar or a BMW. And I'm thinking, really? You could afford that vehicle, but you can't afford to buy groceries? Come on. They have such a scam. It's unbelievable. I donate to the local food bank, the local pet rescue, and St. Jude's. Yes. Wonderful, Sage. Yeah, you do the best that you can, And pet rescues are always in need. And St. Jude is always number one on the list. And I used to see when I was still working, I would drive past one of our local churches, and the line would already be out there before the church was even open to receive them. All just people looking to get, something. A little bit of something is better than nothing. If I owned like a restaurant or some kind of a, diner or something like that, I would do that, a few times a week, go out and, just with food, made up food, and give it away to the homeless. Because, a lot of them can't help it. They have most of our homeless have mental health issues, but then the other half is drug and alcohol related. But you know what? They're sick too. And so you give them, what's a sandwich going to hurt? Nothing. They'll be very grateful for that sandwich and something to drink. I saw a woman panhandling with her toddler in a stroller. The kid was watching something on an iPad, and she was texting on an iPhone. Had a cardboard sign propped on the stroller. Really? Oh, we have a family that does it here, Sage. Husband, wife, and their baby. They sit on the corner, and the dog. And yeah, the guy holds the sign up, and the wife's sitting on the grass with the baby and the dog. And I'm thinking, really? I get it. Okay, you're going through a hard time, but if you've got time to spend all day on a corner begging for change, what's stopping you from going to, because we have an employment service here where you can get day jobs. So you could go work for the day and you'll be paid at the end of the day, every day. So instead of sitting on the corner with the cardboard sign, go to work that day, get your money, go home, take care of your family. It might not be a lot, but it's better than nothing. And we know who the con artists are pretty much here, like I said, by what they're driving, if they are driving. But then also look at their sneakers. Some of these people around here that are supposedly homeless have $300 sneakers on their feet. I can't even afford $300 sneakers. So I just totally ignore them. Or if we're stuck at a red light and they come up to the truck and they'll say something, I say, well, you know what? The unemployment office there, they have jobs for you guys. You should go down there and they give you a dirty look. Hey, I know so-and-so's hiring, and they'll pay you by the day. Gracia says, we used to pay it forward in some restaurants for the poor. Yeah. If they show up and they want something to eat, give it to them. Sitting begging for money, but having the latest iPhone. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Gold jewelry, the iPhones, designer purses, but they're begging. That's what's, you're paying for their lifestyle. I had one guy that was arguing with my husband one day because my husband, we don't carry money. And we were stopped at a light and the guy asked my husband for, do you got any spare change? Man goes, oh man, I'm sorry, I don't. And the guy got mad at him. And my husband's like, are you kidding me? And then he started to argue with my husband. He says, well, look at the truck you drive. And my husband goes, yeah, and I have a job to pay for that truck. What the hell's the matter with you? Good morning, Mr. Prism or Mrs. Prism. Haha. I seen it. I caught it. How are you doing, sweetie? And Mr. Prism, yep, too. You've made it. You made it here. I will buy food for them, but I won't give them money. Exactly. When I worked downtown when I was a teenager, one of my first jobs was working in a hotel, and it was downtown. And I was on my way lunchtime to McDonald's, which was like next door. And I had this older gentleman come up to me and ask me if I had any spare change. And you could smell the alcohol on his breath. And I said, oh, gee, no, I don't. I says, but if you're hungry, come with me and I'll buy you a sandwich at McDonald's. Oh, no. I'd rather have the money. I says, well, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Because he wanted a bottle of booze. He didn't want any food. And I'm not going to, contribute to their habit. If you want food, I will feed you. How are the prisms this morning? Did you get your new hairstyle yet, Mr. Prism? I think it's going to look hot. I think it's going to look good. I know it's going to be weird for you, though. It is all those years of having long hair. But you know what? I look at it after a while. Yeah, it's time to change it up. So we can't wait to see. Let's see. I found a bald man and took him home. Oh, hey! I can't wait to see. Bald men are sexy. Did she rub your head? Did she rub your head and and get a little fresh? Lost the hair, gained 5 years. No. Now you're just more distinguished. I've got to go do a bit of editing. Catch y'all later. Okay, Mark, don't overdo. Try to relax today. And we will see you soon. Chalk it up to things you don't see every day. I was doing our major shopping a few months at a time. Saw a young man in a small town wearing a chainmail shirt, wearing a broadsword. Okay. Maybe he was on his way to a Viking meeting? She's saying it looks good on him. See, it looks good on you. I did touch it. It felt weird. I would have just kept running my fingers over it and then my fingernails. I do that to my husband. It gives him the chills and he yells at me, knock it off. Because my husband keeps his hair really short. So every time he does like the buzz cut and I just run my nails through it and knock it off. He gets all flustered. I'll post pics in Discord. Okay, good. Yeah, we get to see. All right. we get to see the new and styling Mr. Prism and all his bald sexiness. First time touching a bald head. Oh, oh boy. And just think you get to help him put on the sunscreen. That could be a very sensual experience. So massaging it in. And of course, he could always style all kinds of hats and stuff, you know. I had a friend who was losing hair a while back, and you know, at first he was thinking, okay, maybe he'll just do like, you know, a toupee and stuff. And I'm like, dude, just no. Just shave it all off bald. It's gonna look great, believe me. And yeah, he did. He shaved it. It looks great. I said, don't do the fake hair. It's just if you don't have the money to go for the good stuff, forget it. It looks really stupid. You know, own it. Shave it off and own it. Yeah, for me too. It feels so weird. Yeah, it's gonna take you time. Your head's probably cold. Good reminder that I have to buy new sunscreen. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he don't want a sizzling scalp. And it's going to be, you know, even though he might have been, you know, his hairline was receding, now that it's all gone, it's going to be very delicate. So yeah, you know, you don't want to cook his head. When I bent over, I looked them in the eyes so they don't see my baldingness. Oh, yeah. No, just, you know, own it. I get it, you know, because women are saying, well, you know, when women are balding, you know, it's a terrible thing and nobody wants to lose their hair. But you know what? The guys, you got it easy because you could rock that bald look. And I found out years ago that found that bald men are very sexy. Because I had a friend point that out to me. She goes, "You're attracted to bald men, aren't you?" And I go, "You know what? Yeah, I am." I never thought about it. Some guys just look good. I'm loving the cold head, to be honest. Yeah, there you go. See? And just think, no more having to wash it or style it or hair products. Now you just tend to the beard and yeah, it's going to be looking good. Looking good. What's everybody having for lunch? I need lunch ideas. We know Steph's going to be making some chowder. Chowder. My youngest is bald with a beard. Yeah, see, he knows what's going on. Yeah, see, there Steph goes. Yeah. Hi, Pam. How's it going? How are you doing? Lurking and totally enjoying the live. Oh, great. I'm glad you are. Yeah, there's some guys can really rock the bald look. You know, and it's amazing. I mean, I do know somebody, of course, this man has lots of money, so he can afford it. He goes and has uh, his hair specialty done because he doesn't want to be bald. You couldn't tell that it wasn't his hair, but he has to go back like every few weeks or whatever and have it touched up or whatever. And I mean, you know, just, I don't know. I mean, if you get the money, okay, I get it, you know, but don't ever be afraid to just put it out there. A lot of women love it. I was thinking potato soup with bacon crumbles. That's one of my favorites, Sage. I don't have any bacon though. I could make pastine soup, but I'm really not in the mood for that. Tuna. I had tuna fish yesterday. Of course, my husband wasn't too thrilled because I like to put a lot of stuff in my tuna fish. I like to, dress it up. I just don't want to get boring. Maybe I might make homemade pepperoni pizza pie. Oh, that's nice. That's nice, Pinky. That's a good idea. I wonder if I can. Yeah, but then I gotta make the dough and nothing wrong with the bald man. There you go. There's gonna be a good time in the Prism household. Oh no. Make sure you close all the mini blinds. I donated my ponytail 3 times to make way. That's great, graduate. I love it when people do that. To donate your hair, for cancer patients. Bravo to you. Did Mr. Prism do that too? Did he donate his hair? His hair was beautiful. A lot of guys. Jimmy's got gorgeous hair. Oh my God, does he have gorgeous hair? Jimmy's got hair that a girl would kill for. When you're bald in front, I had a thing pop up. Figures. When you're, God, jeez, these notifications. You're bald in front and you're thinker. When you're bald in the back, you're sexy. When the two meet, I think you're sexy. Yeah. Good morning, Alessio. How are you today? What should I make for lunch, Alessio? Give me some ideas. I don't know what to have. No, I didn't donate it. It wasn't very healthy anymore. Oh, okay. I donated my hair to Locks of Love when it was down past my butt. I cut it to my shoulders. Yeah, mine's down to my butt. I mean, you guys don't know it's that long, but it is. But the older I've gotten, the thinner my hair has gotten, which really stinks. I had enough hair to cover 3 heads. My hair was so thick and curly, and now it's half that. And I guess that's all goes along with getting older. You just things start drooping and falling off. Yes, he is the spicy meatball. Laura sounds a little pissed. What happened? No, I'm not. Not anymore. That was yesterday. I was pissed yesterday. The meat market's not open. Line up, the deli's open. Jeez. No, I was well, you know what I've been going through the last few days. So yeah, I was grouchy for the last few days, and then last night was pretty much the icing on the cake, and I've just had enough of all the crap. Just put it out there right now. If you're involved with crap, don't bring it to me because I don't want it anymore. I'm done. Jibby does have gorgeous hair, so soft looking. Imagine running her. Yes, he does have beautiful hair. Good morning, Angelina. How are you? Oh, I think she got nailed by snow too. Oh yeah, because she's like in the same area as Steph. So yeah, I think they all are getting dumped on. But yeah, Jimmy's got some gorgeous hair. It's been gorgeous. Angelina's got gorgeous hair. To be young and have beautiful hair. Mine's getting straighter, which isn't bad because it's when you got curly hair, it's a big pain in the ass to take care of. But the older you get, the straighter it gets. Yes, we're getting slammed now. Oh, jeez. So yeah, they're you guys. I feel sorry for you guys. Not. No, I'm kidding. I'm just glad that we're not getting it. Of course, watch now. It's gonna come back and bite me in the ass, and we're gonna get dumped on. She hates her hair too curly. No, gorgeous hair. Jimmy could do shampoo commercials. Yeah, he could. It's beautiful hair. That's okay. Multitask away, Sir Alessio. That's how we get things done. I sweat when I brush it. Yeah, that used to be me. Ugh. Mine used to be just like yours. But yeah, now that I'm getting older, it's thinned out some and it's straighter. Than it used to be. But it'll curl right back up. Once when I shampoo it and I put a little product in it, it just boing, just curls right back up. Not like it used to, not like Afro style. When I was younger, oh my God. I hated my hair growing up. And I used to hear it all the time. Do you know what people pay to have hair like yours? And I got to the point where I said, I don't care. How about that? Do you know what trouble that people with curly hair have to go through just to maintain it? My hair is thin, but at least it's a lot, so it doesn't look like it until I make a braid. Yeah. Oh, mine used to just so thick and heavy, and it was a nightmare. And of course, when I was growing up, they didn't have all these hair products. So, oh my God, I hated it because I didn't know what to do with it. Pinky son. Oh, yes, you said your son has great hair. His Pinky son's got like Viking hair. Nice. I stand in front of a 12-inch fan to dry my hair, which is good because it's not good to use a hair dryer. I never used a hair dryer on mine because then, like I said, I would turn into a giant fuzz ball. It's no joke when you wake up with, like you ever see that movie Ice Pirates where they got the what's his name there and he has the giant gray afro. That was like my hair. This big giant Q-tip. It was awful. I hated it. And then as the years go on, you learn how to control it and work with it. And of course, now they have so many products that it enhances the curl. Or before, if I ever used a hair dryer, forget it. It just frizzed right out. Just awful. And then if I cut it short, oh, my mother did it one time because she got tired of hearing me scream when she used to brush my hair. Because it would knot up and it hurt. And so yeah, she cut it short. And yeah, a mini fro. I said, thanks. Got to make it look worse. Back in the day, I used a lot of hairspray. Yeah, that's me too, because I didn't have gel. And then I would just put it in a ponytail and call it a day. Yeah, I usually would braid it up. Or just, ponytail, just trying to keep it manageable. And it's pretty bad when like you walk past something and your hair gets caught on like a lock or something. And you're like, oh, getting yoked backwards because, your hair's caught. And then, I had all those cute hairstyles for all the girls with the straight hair. And yeah, girls with curly hair didn't have that option. It always ended up looking like an afro. It was terrible. Or you end up looking like, an old lady, the old blue hairs. It was just terrible. Yep. Oh my God. Space herpes. Yep. Exactly. That's hilarious. Space herpes. That was one of the funniest freaking movies. My mom hurt my head every day brushing. Yeah. I used to scream, oh God. And my mother got tired of it. So she cut it all off because it was all the way down past my butt. She had never cut it. They used to trim it, but it was always, very, very long. And she used to brush it and then put it in pigtails or whatever. And oh God, he's screaming, "You're ripping the hair out of my head." He used to get mad at me growing up. She always wanted to fix my hair fancy, and I just didn't have time. There was too much to do. I think all Polish parents did that with their daughters if they complained when they brushed it. I know, yeah. She just got tired of it, so she cut it off. When I worked at a bank, I went outside for a break and I had straightened my hair, but it was raining. Oh, and it came back from the break looking like Donna Summers. Yeah. And you tried to act like nothing happened. That's funny. They're looking at you like you're like, what? You got a problem? My parents had a car one time with no AC, and I used to wear a shower cap in the car so my hair didn't get messy. Oh, jeez. Is that before you discovered bandanas? Because you could have just like wrapped it up in a bandana or a scarf. Of course, now, like I said, mine's thinned out and it's not as curly, so now it's easier. And of course, I have the proper brush, so I just brush it out and keep it in a ponytail most of the day, unless we're going somewhere. Then I'll fix it up to make it look nice. But I just keep it up and out of the way. Don't want it in my face. Drives me insane. That's why you always see me when I'm doing an interview and I'm always pushing the hair out of it because it gets in my eye and it pisses me off. They might not have recognized you. Yeah, right. That's what you're thinking. What happened? Girly went outside and what the hell? Who's this girl with the curly hair? Hey, Purple Roni, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Discovered bandanas last year. Oh, really? It took you that long? The hell you been doing? She chopped it off and said, "It's the style now." For who? A cartoon character? What the fuck? Exactly. Just awful. Yeah, when you get up in the morning, and you got curly hair. Yeah, it looks like you put your finger in a light socket and you were electrocuted. It's just like it's all fuzzy and fro looking. It's just awful. They've come a long way with stuff for people with curly hair. They really have. And it's even I'm still guilty of it. And my sister hates it because hers is curly too. She straightens it. She always straightens it because she can't stand it curly. Even though I think it looks good on her, my sister's got beautiful hair but no, she straightens it because she can't stand the curly. That's so funny where you got people that got pin straight hair want curly hair, and curly hair people want straight hair. Again, the human nature, we're never satisfied. And then you just get to the point in your life where I don't give a shit. Just put it in a ponytail or a braid and call it a day. Because fashion and that crap just doesn't mean anything anymore. I don't care. As long as it's clean and looks neat, works for me. Very simple. Yeah, see, Pearl. Oh, really? See, we wouldn't know by looking at your picture. Naturally curly. Yeah, see? She feels it. She feels it. Alessia says, I like straight hair. Yeah. When I straighten mine, my husband's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I like that. And actually, I have another male friend. No, I like it curly better. Oh, even Bill said that to me. He goes, no, I like it when you have your hair curly. He don't like it when I straighten it either. I say, yeah, but you guys don't have to deal with it. All the hair products and, it's just. And this is not like, you do it once a week. It's every day. Every day it takes up time. My stepsister's Iris, and she would get a perm and have curly hair. And I just couldn't stand it because she had soft, beautiful wave, blonde hair, and she'd get a kinky perm. Oh, wow. See, I have straight hair, but it doesn't want to hold curls when I try to curl it, so I just don't try it. That's because you got to put a bunch of crap in it, Mrs. Prism, to make it hold. It's all that stuff. It's high maintenance. But I'm just, I'm not a high maintenance kind of girl. I dress up and get all, pretty when there's a need for it. But everyday life is just, wash your hair, dry it, clean it up. You get clean and that's it. I'm not one of them girls that sit in front of them or in the bathroom for hours just to hang out around the house. I just think that's ridiculous. I grew up with thick, dark, heavy, dark hair, sweat a lot, now long, silver flowing hair. Let it flow. There you go. Let it flow. Yeah, and it is. It's heavy, and you sweat, and it's just ugh. You gotta leave the gray hairs. You earned them exactly. Mr. Prism, I used a ton of products in my hair. Yeah, you have to. Otherwise, yeah, you just look like, a wild person. All the hair in the shower drain. Brushing it before getting in the shower every day, taking a nap. Sucks because you have to brush it out again. Yeah, all over again. I need my coffee. I cannot watch Laura without my coffee. Get your coffee. Mine's cold already. So I'm sipping cold coffee. I use products now to give my hair a little bit of volume. Otherwise, it's just hanging there like Professor Snape. So yeah, see, so it's either and it's either side of the spectrum. We all have our issues. Sage is serving up a hot cup. Either you got to try to get the curl to work, or you're trying to take the curl out. So it's he's got his espresso. Nice. Yep, makes you think that they were right to have handmaids in past times. They got the arm workouts. Yeah, they had them doing all that stuff, so you didn't have to do it. And that's another thing. If it's really long and it's curly, and then you got to do all that, or your arms are killing you by the time you're done, it's definitely a workout. So he goes, "Hey, where'd you get those great biceps?" Oh, brushing my hair. Don't need to go to the gym. Just brush your curly hair. But I'm sure, and even to this day, I guarantee you, Angeline hears it from people. Oh, you've got such beautiful hair. You know what people would pay to have hair like yours? Angelina Price is here. Take it. I'll give it to you for free. Let's see. She's got a coffee addiction. If I skip a coffee, I get a headache. Oh, yeah. She has trouble with hair ties, break them all the time. Yeah, me too. That's why I use the scrunchies work best for me. And my sister will say, "You still use those?" I go, "It's the only thing that holds my hair." Gee, and I got mine carrying feed sacks and bucking hay. Sure had that wrong. Yeah, see, you work too hard, Sage. Sage was all buff doing farm work. Oh, when you try to dye your hair at home halfway, you're tired out, but have to finish it. Exactly, exactly. This is Prism. Or if you have so much of it, you have to buy 2 boxes of hair dye because there's not enough. I used to have to do that when I wanted to change my hair color because I used to always have my hair dark auburn. And yeah, 1 bottle wasn't enough. That's how much hair I had. And then I got to the point where I'm not doing this no more. I just leave it the dark brown, medium brown, whatever the hell you want to call it. Your long hair grow out and curl. Why not be so kinky? I look like I had 16-inch coils or dreadlocks. So cute. My hair now, it won't grow long. Oh, really? Mine keeps going. It just keeps going. And then when people do see when I let it down and I brush it out, they go, oh my God, it's so long. I go, yeah, I always keep it tied up. I said, so most people don't realize how long it is. And I always hear it from like my father. Oh, don't you think it's time to cut it off? I'm getting kind of old to have that, long hair. I'm like, I'm not going to cut it all off. I don't think I look good in short hair. I think I have a big head. I don't want to make it look any bigger. I dyed mine half pink, half black myself. I thought about doing colors like that, and then I get a look from my husband. I thought about, doing like the tips in purple or something. And no, I don't think so. I was like, yes, dear. I said, of course, what would he couldn't do nothing about it, but yeah, he likes it the way it is. So I do it to make him happy. I only dyed my hair once for my sister to get her to leave me alone. When I was in my 20s, more trouble than it's worth. Yeah. I mean, they've come a long way with that because a lot of that stuff just stinks. But they've got some new stuff that works really well. But yeah, I don't. And I'm lucky. My family doesn't really go gray. You just kind of get silver streaks through your hair. So, which I'm getting. They're in there. You just got to look for them. I used to use Sun years ago. What a mess. Yeah, I did too. I didn't get blonde streaks. They showed up more red than blonde. And I thought about doing blonde, and my husband's like, no. So that's why I play around with those pictures on that Facebook thing where you can make up the photos to see what, different hair colors and styles. I think I could rock the blonde look. But no, my husband prefers brunettes. So we'll keep it the way it is. Anything to make the hubby happy. My husband loves my hair colors. That's great. I had a friend, one of my best friend there. She did her whole head pink. She's naturally a brunette. And then she went to blonde, and she was blonde for years. And then one day I just went to her house. She's all pink. I'm like, oh, but it looked great on her. I go, what the hell are you doing? She goes, I just figured what the heck, right? No, I agree, Ross said you look gorgeous with them. Okay. Yes. I'll leave it for you guys. I won't change it. I prefer happy ladies do what brings you joy. And that's a good way to be. But my husband thinks that brunettes are sexier than blondes. So, yeah. So if I do any kind of, oh gosh, it's been a while since I have put any dye. I'll usually go with a dark brown, which really looks really good. But I haven't done it in a while. I'm not out in the public that much anymore. So, I mean, if I was still working and in the professional field, then I probably would do it every now and then. But No, don't do it. Oh, you agree with my husband. Okay. I will keep it that way. Yes, he thinks that yeah, brunettes are much more sexier. It's got that mystery to them, you know? And of course with me, my husband never knows what he's gonna get. So it's gotta keep him on his toes. All the 70s and 80s moms, they look like they were already pre-aged, but they were like 15 or 30 and not 50. I usually dye it red, some other color, but now it's been too long and I'm back to dark blonde with the blonde ends. Oh, nice, nice. Purple says, I also agree with your husband. Yeah, well, you're stunning. Purple is so pretty. That's why she won. I didn't tell her yet, but I'm telling her now. Purple Roni won the poll of the sexy girl of the paranormal for March. She's our winner. So she's in the magazine. Oh my God, when we were young, one of my friends streaked her hair with sun in because she wanted highlights. She was crying, saying it looks like I have hay in my hair. Oh boy. Yeah, that didn't turn out well. My husband's thinking when he changed my hair color, I'm having a crash out. I tell him no, just creative gray coverage and boredom. Yeah, exactly. Trying to cover that stuff up. Hello, hello, Badger. How are you? I've gone brown from brown to gray, and now it's white. You know what? Snow. My father-in-law's was Snow White. It was beautiful. And the funny thing was, I never knew it until one day when this is my husband and I were dating, and I was at his house visiting, and his father just got done with the shower. He come out of the bedroom because he hadn't done his hair yet. And I looked at him, I'm like, oh my God. He goes, yep, yep. He goes, beautiful blonde, because he always wore Brill cream in his hair. So it made his hair look dark, like a dark silver color or almost brown. It was really weird. I'm like, so I was in shock when I saw it when he didn't have the Brill cream on his head. And I told him, I said, you should leave it without it. It looks great. But no, he, from the age, the age era there from the 50s and before, they had the men wore the Brill cream and some people look fantastic with the white or the silver hair. It looks nice. Growing up when we had hay in our hair, we had a good time. Yeah, exactly. Jumping in those hay bales. Hiding out in them hay bales. Fresh. Who won Sexy Man? I gotta look. I forgot. Oh my God, bad girl. I forgot. I believe it was Wes. Wes from APRF. I believe he was the winner of Sexy Man. So you guys will see. You'll see when March comes out, right, girly? But when I was younger, I was a towhead. Why they called really light blondes that I'll never know. I know. I don't know either. That's something we should look up. I never knew. We used to because we used to call people that had really blonde hair towheads. Now every time I look in the mirror, I see a big toe. Oh, jeez. She got me laughing. I was choking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was Wes. was a close race between him and Bill, but he was just a little bit further ahead. Yeah, the only thing I ever found in the hay was a pitchfork. Of course, I didn't hang out that often out on the farm. I was woods. That's where I used to hang out. So I'd have more pine needles than hay in my hair. Pinky said I voted for Bill. Oh, you voted for Bill. It was close. It was close. It's fun when we do that. I like it. Oh, Mr. Bill, you voting for Bill too? I like putting them up. And then I have to go cycle through and pick new people for the next issue. And I'll get people saying, well, why isn't so and so on the list? Well, they were already on the list or they already won. And I got to give everybody a fair chance. I can't keep picking the same people. It's not fair. So it's the day I looked in the mirror and see a toe fungus, I'm going to lose my shit. Well, then I would question, okay, you see, where have you been that you're going to get that when you're looking in the mirror, Steph? That means you've been into something more than just licking. You're definitely going to have to question that one. Holy crap, guys. We are already past the 2-hour mark. Man, this morning flew by. Well, that's what happens when you have a great conversation with a great group of people. Mr. Prism. Yeah. A little greenage going there. I might just go. Oh, it's just sunning. Yeah. Oh, you ought to make a button for the winner for being sexy. I've still got to make up different buttons. Oh God, it's not that easy. Oh dear, the hag stole my latte last time. Oh, yep. That damn hag. And I had to fix, oh my God, I feel so bad. I really do, Sage. I really am so sorry. Apparently when I had created the merch for the hag stuff, the picture is very dark. I mean, dark. And it didn't look that way when I was designing it. So I had to go back in, take all that stuff off. And I revised the photograph and lightened it up a great deal. So anybody that does purchase any of the hag merch, it's been corrected. How rude, Pinky, if you catch your boot in the rear for me. Yeah, exactly. I think you should make a category of most lickable. Oh, I don't know. That might get a little out of hand, Steph. Stacey says, I'm glad we caught it. No worries. Oh, I just feel terrible. She got the mug and the picture's so dark, and I'm thinking, oh, what the frig happened? Don't look that way when I'm on the screen. So I immediately went in there and took everything out and redid the photograph, and I lightened it up a lot. So now that it's all new in the merch shop. So if you guys order the hag stuff, it should be okay. I had no clue. Oh, no clue. It didn't look that dark. I wonder why they said towhead. Why wouldn't they say like a baby chick or something like this? A buzzy chick. I don't know why. I don't know either. That's what we got. Somebody that was really, really blonde. Oh, look at the towhead. That's something we got to look up. That's really weird. Never thought about it. Goodbye, Betty. You have a great day. keep warm, and I hope you have a good day today. Rest up, enjoy your day. But yeah, it's after the 2-hour mark. I'm going to let everybody get going. Get on with their day. Enjoy your snow days. Who got to have them? Everybody that got out to have to go to work, don't work too hard. Be careful out there if you got bad weather. A lot of bad weather floating around. Let's see what's coming up. Today's Monday. We've got a bunch of people going live tonight. Go check out whoever you can. Oh, Bristol's on tonight. Definitely check them out. They always have a good show. Hey, Friday. I see when I come. I know we're getting ready to leave. Friday, but great show the other night, Friday with Steve and the rest of the panel. It was I enjoyed it. I sat and I listened to it while you guys were on. But yes, everybody enjoy your day. Have a great day. Don't get into trouble. Don't get arrested because we don't have bail money. And I will see everybody out there in internet land somewhere. And until then, guys, have a good one.